Chelsea blow another lead at Stamford Bridge. It would finish 1-1. They've been struggling to close out games. In fact, dropping points at home has been a trend for them this season. We're also seeing the disciplinary issues. Once again, that's the 8th time this season that they have been reduced to 10 men. I suppose we've got to start there, really, don't we, Don? The fact that they're not closing these games out and they're dropping points at home.
Yeah, I think I saw a ridiculous stat today that they've had more red cards than home wins this season, which is absolutely nuts. It's crazy. I mean, when you look at that Fleming goal again, I mean, you don't have to keep looking across to your coach and your manager to see or ask what to do. If you're Delap, get on the goal line. You know, get on the line and try and help your team. You don't have to just listen to your manager, your coach all the time. And, you know, it's not a manual, this game of football. Sometimes you've got to think on your feet. Sometimes you've got to think for yourself. But it definitely is a problem how many points they seem to be dropping, and definitely a problem. We criticised Arsenal when they had so many red cards that cost them the title. This is definitely a Chelsea problem that has to be fixed.
Yeah, they should have lost this game. Bryn Larson with the last touch of the ball from a corner, exact same position, pretty much the exact same situation, heads it over the crossbar. Chelsea should have got nothing from this game. Now, they should have won this game comfortably, because up until the red card, Burnley hadn't even seen the goal, never mind score a goal. And so Fofana has taken a turn, because you go around this Chelsea team, they all take turns at getting sent off. And he's done it today, and absolutely it's cost them 2.
We could say Chelsea should have lost, but they also should have won comfortably at home against Burnley, shouldn't they? Well,
they should, yeah. And for 75 minutes, that was the script. But as we've seen previously, defensively, no question, you can't trust the Chelsea players. And I'm not entirely sure it's completely down to them. You know, every time I watch Chelsea, there's a different back four, different fullbacks, different centre-back pairings. So, yeah, I mean, all of those, or the majority of those losses, or those points dropped, I absolutely think you can point the finger mostly at Chelsea, and not the opposition generally. Chelsea are absolutely shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, because you can look for a defensive identity, Don, but you're leaving yourself vulnerable when you're getting players sent off in games like this and you're a man down.
Yeah, do you know what, Kay? Do you know what, Kay? If I was a gambling man, I'd be absolutely skint, because if I was a gambling man, I would have took all my money to Vegas before the game and lumped on a Chelsea home win. You just thought it was an absolute banker. But the amount of red cards is killing them. You can't in the Premier League go down to 10 men, because you leave the game into a fight game, then you lead it into a duels game, and it's only one. To Stevie's point, they should have put them away in the first half, but then it's only one. Then it's 11v10, and Burnley are trying, and they're scrapping for their lives, and they're trying to score from set plays. And Stevie's right, you know, Fleming had the goal towards the end of the game, but then at the end of the game they missed one where it just went over the crossbar. So I think, to be fair, I think Liam Rosenior talked about that problem after the game. He said it wasn't huge in terms of dropping points, but it's something that they've got to fix.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to reiterate, as you saw from that full screen, it's 17 points dropped from winning positions at home this season. They're closing in on their worst record of 20 points, which goes all the way back to the 95-96 season. So how do you find a defensive identity, Stevie, if that's what they need to fix as well here?
I think there's a simple answer here. We're getting to the stage now where you have to stop thinking about who's had so many minutes and who can do this and who can do that. You've got to go and win games now. You have to win games now. And so you've looked after the whole team. It seems like Chelsea, of all the teams in the Premier League, it seems to me that if there was one side that has looked after every player in every sort of position other than goalkeeper, it's been Chelsea. And so why are you doing that? Surely you're doing that so that come the most important part of the season, which is the last 3 months, you're ready to go and win games, game after game. And particularly from a defensive point of view, you get a back line, and then you keep it and play it and play it and train with it during the week, work together during the week, and then you get a solid unit. And everybody understands what everybody's trying to do, what they're doing. Everybody understands the little foibles that we all have. But when you keep change it, you're never going to get any sort of consistency. And so on days like today, when you've had so much of the ball, but really haven't used it well enough in the final third, if you have that solid line, you win 1-0. Nothing wrong with winning 1-0. It's great to win 3-4, but there's nothing wrong with winning 1-0. But if you've got a back line that is unsure, then you see what this is a great example of what can happen.